Edward Ojambo. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to create a fitness calculator and how to style it. So this tutorial is going to be divided in two parts. In this part, we're just going to do obviously the HTML and the CSS for styling. In a future tutorial, we'll implement the JavaScript part. Before we begin, quick reminder that every day I host a live stream. You visit ojambo.com, you go to the watch menu, then live sub menu. You can see, for example, this tutorial is called, this current live stream is called JavaScript Fitness Calculator Styling. And it's the channel it's going to be on and the approximate date and time. And then it's a post-dated topics for future live streams. Each of those articles that appear in the live submenu, there will be a little snippet at the top of each article. For example, this one, it tells you live stream, the day it's going to be on and the time, and it's always going to be Eastern time. You're free to ask questions about programming or programming related topics. Of course, in order to do that, there's a link here. You can click that link and you take you to this site, the channel, where you can log in and you can ask questions in real time during the live stream. If you don't want to do that, you can watch below. There will be an embedded video. I'll show you that in a second. So this this calculator is going to be done in plain JavaScript, as also called as vanilla JavaScript. So they're not going to use any libraries. It's going to be a plain one. It'll be easier to maintain for the future. So the reason I came up with this idea is because I do have a calculator here under fun. You see this fitness calculator. This one it's fine, but I created this one a very long time ago where this one doesn't use any JavaScript, so it actually uses PHP. So you click on it and it has it's a metric and standard, and I said all the calculations are all done with PHP. Now the problem with that is I created this a very long time ago and it hasn't been updated. And also one of the problems with it is that with PHP, like at the time of this recording, PHP 8.4 has come out. So some of I might need to update the code or something like that. So that's why I prefer, I want to replace it with a JavaScript one. And also probably in a future tutorial, I'll take the completed fitness calculator and convert it into a progressive web app. So that way you'll be able to click a button or just click the download and it will be able to install it that way as well. Okay, so basically I'm also adding a feature that didn't exist in this current calculator. I'm going to be using the basal metabolic rate, the BMR, and multiplying by the activity factor to get the daily caloric needs. And then this current calculator, that one is basically just a body mass index calculator. So obviously the new one or the updated version will also have that as well. And then this current calculator also has a waist to height ratio. So I'm going to keep that as well. So basically these are the three things it's going to have. It's going to have BMR, activity factor, BMI, WHTR, metric, and standard. All those will be implemented in the this calculator we're going to be working on. So if you don't understand what metric is, that's an international decimal measurement system based on meter for length and kilogram for mass. And the standard is based on inches for length and pounds for mass. So obviously there's also some gender, male or sex. That's the only one I'm going to be using for this calculator. The measurement system, you'll be able to choose between metric and standard. And obviously, depending on your age, there's also some of these factors will probably change. And then your weight, that's the body by gravity, force exerted on the body by gravity. There's the height, there's vertical distance, and the waist, which is around between your rib cage and your hips. Okay, and then if you want to follow along, here's the HTML form, and this is the CSS I'm going to look. But in this tutorial, I'm going to explain why I'm doing that. So as you can see, once we do the HTML, this is what it will look like. And then after it's being styled, it'll look a little bit better. And I said I'll probably add some more styles in the future, especially when I make it into a progressive web app. But that's basically what it's going to look like. And as I promised, this is the video. So for example, this video is actually live right now. This is a live stream. There we go. And then after it's being styled, so it's live stream. And of course, to follow along with this tutorial, you can use any IDE you want or text editor. You can also, if you want to learn JavaScript, I do have a learning JavaScript course on ojamboshop.com where you can use, you can actually follow along here. And what I recommend you do is, if you're doing that, just because you're going to be doing HTML, make sure you output it for a new browser window. I've done tutorials on that as well. Okay, so JavaScript is follows the MS Script standard, which is licensed under W3 software license. CSS is also licensed by the W3C, that's the World Wide Web Consortium. And that's it. So in a future tutorial, I will also explain why I explain the licenses, because something came up with a client. I'll get in that when I explain the different licenses. That's for a future tutorial. All right, with that out of the way, let's get started. So what I've done is I've just created a folder. This is NetBeans, but I created a folder. I just called it fitness calculator. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a file here, HTML, and I think I'll just call it fitness calculator, fitness calculator, and I'll just drag it into NetBeans, and then we'll get started. I'll zoom in here so you guys can see better. Okay, so I don't need this. I don't need this license. Okay, so in the head section here, I'm going to call it fitness calculator. Oops, fitness calculator. And for now, that's fine. I will look at the body here. So it will need some style. So I'll just create that for right now. And then what else do we need? I think that's good enough. Oh, you can also call it BMI weight loss calculator. I'll just call it fitness calculator for now, but you can call it anything you want. So we'll come back to the styles. So the first thing we'll do is in a body here, we'll create a form because it's going to be a form. Give it a class. I'll call it BMI calculator. Actually, I should probably call it fit calculator. I'll call it fit calculator. Okay, then I will have a select option, select drop down. I'll give it a name. I'll call it gender, and it's going to be required. Okay, then there will be options in here. So the first option, selected, disabled, hidden, and then the value would be nothing. And then I'll say choose gender. So the reason I'm doing this is because I don't want this value to be sent when the form is submitted. These are the only values of what you want to use. So for example, here we say value equals male, and this will be male, and this one will be female. So that's the two options which are viable or valid for when the form is submitted. Next, what we'll do is we'll create another select drop down, and this will be for the measurement. So name, measurement, and it's also going to be required. I could have done the same thing here as well, but this one is always going to be easily selected. So value will be metric. Okay, and another one will be standard. Okay, so that's it for our there'll be one more selected below, but that's it for now. Then we'll create a label. And for, I'll say fit age. And age. Then input ID equals fit age. And then the type will be a number. The name will be obviously age. And the maximum age, as far as I know, the oldest recorded human being was 160 years old or thereabouts. And the minimum will be 1. And the step equals 1. And the placeholder so the placeholder will just be age, and it's going to be required, and we'll close off our label. Okay, now duplicate that. The next one is going to be weight. Alright, so it's going to be a number. The name is going to be weight. And this one I'm going to say 2000. And the minimum will be 1, that's fine. The step for this one will be 0.01. And the placeholder will be weight. Duplicate that again. And this one will be height. It's also a number. The max, the name is height. The maximum for height is, I'm putting 1,000, probably too much. The minimum is 1, 0.1 is fine, and the placeholder will be height. Duplicate that. And then we also have, now we have the waist. So we change this, this is to waist. Waist, it's a number. Waist, the minimum I just left 1,000, maximum, step 0.1, and this is going to be waist. Okay, then we go back to create a select. Name equals activity. Then we have option, value equals sedentary. Just copy this so I don't make a spelling mistake. And next one will be light. Okay, after that will be moderate. Okay, after that will be active. And the last one will be extreme. Okay. Now we can create our buttons. So I'll create a div as for the container. Go ahead, fit buttons. Okay, this I'll just use input type submit, and the value is going to be calculate. And then this one is going to be very simple. It's going to be the reset. And it's not a submit button. This one is going to be just reset. Okay, so that's basically our form done. Just one little thing out here. I'm going to create a place here. This will be for the payload. So this is where I'll just call it output. Let's make it a div. So that's it. And then for the future, after the form, this is where our script will be. So I will this is where the scripting will be to do the calculations and a whole bunch of other stuff. So get started on this for next time. And you want it to start. Okay, so that's how we, oops, wrong one here. This should be, there we go. So this will automatically start. We'll put our, for example, for the matrix, create an object here, and for weight, for example, kilograms, height, what else do we have? A centimeter. Centimeter, comma. What else do we have? Oh yeah, and the waist. So it'll be centimeter. Okay, and so forth and so forth. Okay, but in this tutorial, we're not doing JavaScript. We're just doing the styling. So if I'll show you what this looks like now. This is our fitness calculator. I forgot to save it. So probably won't open there. So I have to come up with a different web browser. I don't know why LibreFox doesn't. It ignores them. So we just drag this into here. As you can see, this is not styled at all. You see, everything just goes basically line and then drops the next line because this was a div. And then, this reset is actually wrong. What did I do wrong here? Type value equal rest. Should be reset. Reset. There we go. There you go. So you don't know what a reset does. For example, if I put something in here, if I hit reset, you see it removes it. That's what reset does. Obviously, calculate doesn't do anything because, it's because this is required, but it actually doesn't do anything. So we'll take care of this next time. Right. So let's now go and style this. So we have our style here. So the first thing we want to do is we want to we want to change the size, the way this is sized, the box sizing. So what we do is we type fit calculator, and we change the box sizing for it. Make it border box. Okay, after that, so the select buttons, oops, there should be comma, and the labels, then div. So we'll make them all display block, meaning they will be on your separate lines. We'll give them a width of 100%, and we'll give the margin bottoms a margin bottom of 1 rem. That's usually about 16 pixels. Okay, then we check the select and the input. They'll give those a little padding. So I found that 0.9 rem and then 1.1 rem. Okay, after that we grab the label and input. The reason I'm only taking this one because there might be like a select which might also have a label. So the only one I'm targeting is this the input, which the input inside. So the reason I'm doing this is I'm giving a width of 100%, and you see what that will do. And give it a box sizing as well, in case it doesn't inherit the one from the parent, which is a form. So make it a border box. Then I'm going to target a specific label, and the label I'm going to target is the one that has data measurement after. So this will make more sense when we actually when the JavaScript is working. So we'll get the attribute data measurement, then we have margin left minus 0.25 rem, and we'll give it a position absolute top 0 and right 0. I'm sure you get this. It will be, so the top right will be somewhere like here. Okay, finally output div and then dot fit buttons display flex and justify content. Spell this wrong. Justify content space between. Then label all the labels that have a 4. Make them position relative. I think that's fine here. Position. Spell the position wrong. Now remember, this is what it looked like. Now if I hit if I reload, you see none of this is styled. If I reload, you see now it's styled much better. You can see you can also style this inside, but I just leave them because it's usually hard to style the ones that are on mobile devices. So I just leave this as this. So it's so this will work very nice for me. And you can see now the reset button is on the, this is the display flex. It's, you know, they're separated. So for example, if this window was smaller, see what happens. It's 100% width, which will be fine. Most likely, I'll have when this becomes an app, it will be inside a container. So you see, no matter how small it is, everything will fit perfectly. Okay, so that's the end of the coding part for this tutorial. Obviously, in a future tutorial, I said we'll do the JavaScript to get all the functionality working. So this is all I want to do. Style it, just style it well enough so you can you see this is the setter, the activity level. This is the age, it's a number. So for example, if I put 34.5, and I click this is the step. You see it goes 0.01. The age as well, I don't remember what I put in there, so I put 23.4. So it was that also 0.01 the step. So this one, the weight, say weight is usually something like 23 point or whatever, 4.5. And see that's also 0.1. Age, I believe it was only step by 1. So I'll put some weird age here, 34.1. And you see that one step was only 1. So I can only go up and 1 with that one. But this one I had 0.01. You double check on that. How did we do for the step? Minimum, no, here, see the 001, so 2 decimal places. So that's, I allowed that because people, oops, this I put it age, this should be height. Oops, wrong about that. How did I miss that? This is waist. Waist. Age, height, waist. Yeah, so that's fine. Oh, this is age too. This should be weight. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so that's fine. The reason I didn't need to, I could have removed the labels and just go by the placeholders. The problem with the placeholders is, see what happens is when there's something in there, I imagine if I didn't have the label, you would know that this is age. So that's why I put the label there as well. And then matrix standard, and then the gender, male, female. So I said in the next tutorial, I will, for this series, we'll do the JavaScript and get all this to work. And then the future one, we'll convert this into a progressive web app, which you'll be able to download, and you can install it whether it's on a desktop or a mobile phone. You can easily install it right from the website. So we'll take care of that in a future tutorial. And then the last tutorial will actually replace this one here. So you see this one is a separate page. You see it has the metric, and you see this is what happens here. For example, this is metric. So, but what is my weight? I think it's 82 pounds, 82 kilograms. And my height is 188 centimeters, and my waist, last time I measured, I think it was like 28, or 28 inches. What is that? 28, 2.5. I can't remember now. Sorry, let me bring out a calculator. So, no, that's 2.5 centimeters. So if my waist is, say, 30 inches, do I divide by times 2.5? Oops. So 30 times 2.5, is that right? Okay, 75? So let's calculate this. Then yeah, so that's about right. So it says my body mass index is 23, and my waist to height ratio is 39.89. So yeah, I think I made some. So according to this, what I typed in there, I'm in the normal range, and the weight to height ratio. So I am, what did it say, 39.89. So I'm way below, whether I was a male or female, I'll be way below this. So as I said, this is what this old calculator. So I said I'm going to replace it, and you see there's a standard as well. But I said I'll replace this with the JavaScript one, and obviously I also convert it into an app. So there we go. So that's basically what we're going to be replacing with this one when it's completed. Quick reminder that I have a live stream every single day. videojumbo.com. You go to the watch menu, then the live sub menu. Then you can see this is the live stream we're just doing right now live, and the channel is going to be on the approximate day and time. And these are the ones we're going to do in the future. So this one is one for tomorrow. You see the channel is going to be on the approximate day and time. And also be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments for more frequent content. If you enjoyed this, consider supporting me. Purchase one of my WordPress plugins at ojumbo.com. enroll my programming courses at ojamboshop.com. You can buy my programming books on Amazon, search for Edward Ojambo, links in the description. They're also here and down the references. You can hire me for your programming and app development needs at ojamboservices.com. And you can also become a donor at ojambo.com/donate. The donate button is also up here in fixed header for your convenience. Okay, so I don't see any chat requests, so I am going to end this